Welcome to another 3D printed wall art video. In this video I'm going to show you my latest 3D printed wall art project called Geometric Wave. This wall art piece is inspired by the mini wave pattern that I made as an example in my series. It's a series that you can find on my YouTube channel under the courses section. In this series I show you my process of creating these wall art pieces from idea all the way to printing and sharing your design. The idea was to have this design go live with the series, but I ran into some technical difficulties, as I elaborated a little bit more on in my last video that went live. But if you're familiar with the latest 3D printed wall art project called Massive Impact, you know that I created a round base with interlocking parts. This was a new feature that my earlier rectangular wall art pieces lacked. So that was a must-have for this design. Although it gave me a harder time than the round base for some reason. I went to several iterations and settled on a double interlocking piece per side. This provided the most stability and strength, which I think is needed because the rectangular wall art is larger than the round base and therefore heavier as well. The scale of this piece is 60 by 80 centimeters and the final weight is 1.94 kilograms. Because I'm working with a wave design, I went with a suitable filament and color as well. This is the BambuLab PLA Silk Plus Blue. I love the sheen that the Silk Plus colors provide, and I think it will definitely help this wave pattern pop as well. For this project I used more than 2 rolls of filament. This was with testing pieces and reprints because I struggled with some wall quality issues. If you notice some random walls having issues on your geometric wall art pieces as well, definitely check out my last video. I tell you what I tested and why, what my theory is and how I was able to solve it, at least for my latest prints. But this did cost me quite some filament in the end. Finally, after getting through the testing and troubleshooting phase, I was able to print all the pieces. My P1S keeps making more and more noise and it's desperately in need for some hard-earned maintenance. The wall art projects can rack up some print hours fast. This Geometric Wave project took a little over 66 hours of print time for my P1S. There's one new addition that I added to this print file as well, which I haven't even mentioned yet. Plate number 13 is optional. It's a copy of plate number 2, but without a hole to hang the piece on the wall. So if you want to glue this piece or mount some LEDs behind it, you don't have the hanging structure blocking the light, for example, for that grid piece. I thought that this would be a nice addition, as I noticed that quite some people like to print a copper vortex design and put LEDs behind it. And it looks amazing. So let me know in the comments below if that's a welcome addition or if I should not put any effort in that feature for future projects. Because it does take some time to implement that in the designs as well. And I first have a few other wall art designs that need some printing and filming before I can start with LEDs to experiment myself. I definitely want to start playing with that soon as well. So to get back to the project, after printing all the pieces I did a quick cleanup. Everything printed nicely with some minor imperfections and some stringing, but nothing crazy. And I know that there are some ugly walls in this piece, unfortunately. In my last video I elaborate on this issue in more detail. In short, I've wasted enough filament and time on this one. I decided that I'm not going to reprint these pieces again for this wall art piece. I learned something new and I really hope that I tackled this issue for all future projects to come. This cleanup process is nothing fancy, just some small pliers to get all the imperfections off or trying to scratch them off. The geometric shapes can make it a little hard to get in between the pieces sometimes, so it's easy to use pliers for that as well. This is my first spiky project, so I scratched my hands plenty of times on those spikes as well. So if you're printing this, be careful. I always like to work in a structured manner, so I'm creating stacks per row that I go through. This way they also stay in order. The interlocking mechanism is equal on all sides, so it's best to keep track of the orientation and the numbers. You can interlock the wrong pieces together. The Massive Impact 3D printed wall art piece is still going strong on our kitchen wall for 2 weeks now. It's only clicked together, no glue or backplate. And I'm still waiting for it to drop down from the wall one day, just from random vibrations or a door slamming shut or something, but it's going well so far. I didn't dare to take that risk for this one. It's a nice experiment, but I don't want to make every project into a long-lasting experiment. And because of the size and weight, these larger square or rectangular wall art pieces are a bit harder to handle already. But I didn't use a backplate. I wanted to see if it would hold itself together only being glued. I went with the Uhu Allerskleber glue again, as this one seemed to work well on PLA projects so far. For the glue up, I decided to work row per row. First glue the row together, then glue the next row together, then add the last row to the previous row. This way you can gradually work your way down until everything is glued up. On my table you can see a transparent table protector as well. This should catch glue rests seeping through the bottom. Unfortunately, it's not wide enough to support a full piece, so I try to keep it in the middle of that protector with some slight overhangs on the side, but it's not touching the table. After the glue up for the first hour, I move the whole piece slightly every 10 minutes or so to prevent the piece from being glued to the table protector, as that might be something that has happened before. I let the glue cure for a couple of hours and then it was time to pick the piece up. Moment of truth, will everything stay together in one piece or do we need a backplate? It feels a bit weird because it does flex, but everything stayed together and I was able to pick it up by the hanging piece as well. And after all that, we can finally admire the whole Geometric Wave project as one piece of wall art. This is always a good feeling, getting the first look and that first experience of the visual impact that this wall art piece will have. I contemplated the wave design plenty of times. Is this pattern strong enough? Will it look good or have enough impact behind it? But I can tell you that for me, with this deep blue color and the bright shine from that BambuLab PLA Silk Plus, this has the impact that I was looking for. The Geometric Wave print profile will be available at my Makerworld profile for you to print as well. Link is in the description down below. Share your thoughts about this project in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts and ideas as well. Like the video if you liked it. More wall art pieces are coming up, so make sure you're subscribed to get notifications when those videos go live as well. Thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you in the next one. And if you're still here, you're amazing. Just a little bonus info. This is not visible in the video and the parts that I'm printing and showing. When this project was printing, I tweaked the interlocking parts design even further as I was not really happy with it. The new design has a little notch in it as well that should help with guide and keep it together a bit better. Once again, thank you for watching and I hope to see you in the next one.